Hey, sixth grade. I'm hoping you're having a good weekend and you're thinking about doing your science homework. We're going to start right now. Hey guys, Senior Yi here, and we are going to do our next lesson. The next thing we're going to be working on is what are the three layers, what are the properties of each of the three layers of our Earth? Okay, so we're going to start with number one, the outermost layer, which is the crust. Sort of like the outside of a fruit or the crust of your sandwich. The crust is a layer of solid rock. Okay, this is on the very top is solid rock on the surface of the Earth. Um, on the dry Earth is what they call it. And we're actually talking about the Earth that's under the ocean, right on the bottom. Okay, or solid rock, and that rock is basalt in the ocean, on the ocean floor. Okay. And we call that type of rock, as a special name, we actually call that oceanic crush. Oceanic crust, okay? We call this oceanic crust, okay? And actually, most of the ocean bottom is made out of a special type of rock called basalt, okay? The ocean floor is made out of basalt, okay? It's very, very thin, okay? In relation to the rest of the layers of the Earth, the crust is perhaps the smallest, okay? Um, Yeah, it's not a lot. Basically, just remember that basalt is actually an igneous rock that's made from cooling. You can remember that, and pressure. So the next part of the Earth, let's just keep this going here. The next layer of the Earth is actually the mantle. I'll go ahead and do that. Boop, 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 boop. The mantle, and the mantle is made of rock that is very hot. Okay, made of very hot rock. Geez. Very hot rock. Okay? A good looking rock. But it's solid. Okay? That's the key. But the mantle is solid. Okay? There's a lot of viewpoints on the mantle. Maybe perhaps it's not solid, but and the main thing about the mantle you got to remember here is the mantle is made up of lots of layers. Okay? Made up of many layers. Okay? We may not get to the core today, but mantle is made up of many layers. So I'm talking. So what are the layers of the mantle? Well, let's list those out. List those out right now. The outermost layer of the mantle is the lithosphere. We talked about this, okay? Um, whoa, the lithosphere is the outermost layer, and lithos means stone in Greek, and it's about 100 kilometers or kilometers thick. Okay. Um, the next layer of the Earth is the asthenosphere. Asthenosphere. That's I almost couldn't say that, but it's the asthenosphere. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Okay. And it's a soft layer. Okay. So it's kind of like road tar heated by the sun. It's somewhat soft. And asthens, actually in Greek, means soft. Yeah. And remember that it's still solid, the mantle, but the stenosphere is sort of like the soft part of mantle. But I mean, if you kicked it, is what the book says, you'd still kick, the lithosphere and the other layers, but it's the weakest part of the whole thing, okay? Remember that this lithosphere also is rigid and tough. Oh man, we're almost out of time. It's okay. And finally, the last layer is the lower mantle, and the lowest mantle is solid. So you see how the asthenosphere is between two solid layers, okay? And all of this is just to let you know, since we have 29 seconds, is on page 130. It all started, what we started talking about was on 135 all the way to 137, okay? I hope that helped. We just briefly talked over the first two layers of our Earth. You'd have to read a little more to get the perfect understanding, but I think that's pretty good. Do your science homework. Read the book. You'll learn a lot.